here you have a senior government official in the Department of Homeland Security managing censorship communications with Twitter. As I know, one of the big issues I talk about in the book, and one of the big issues for Judicial Watch, because of this increased dramatic threat that we've never seen before in American history to our First Amendment freedoms, is the censorship mania by the government and all these left-wing and transnational interest groups and government activities, both at the federal level, the state level, and as I say, transnational. There's this movement by the left and friendly governments to suppress free speech rights across the world. But here in the United States, we've got the First Amendment that's supposed to protect us, and it hasn't done that good of a job, at least in terms of being enforced, to stop this censorship. And this is why Judicial Watch has been investigating and suing to get the censorship exposed, hopefully stopped. We sue to stop it where we can. And we just received new documents that are really quite extraordinary and further detailing the extensive government censorship and monitoring of conservative social media during the 2020 election. This is a deep state operation at the Department of Homeland Security. They set up these monitoring operations within the government, supposedly about Russia, Russia, Russia. In fact, it was about America, 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 and censoring Americans who had concerns about the way elections were being conducted. And they're pretending they were trying to get just disinformation and misinformation, which is another word for information we don't like or we think is inconvenient. And even if it's wrong, they had no business trying to get it taken down and censored. That's not what the government's role is in a constitutional republic with a First Amendment that defends our right to petition our government and have freedom of speech. I mean, these documents are going to get you mad. We got them from the Department of Homeland Security. The records were uncovered thanks to, again, heavy lifting Judicial Watch, FOIA lawsuit for communications between the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA. Boy, there's an agency for putting on the chopping block by Doge and Elon Musk and company. Look at what they did to our freedoms. So CISA, which is the division of the Department of Homeland Security, and this basically government cutout, the Election Integrity Partnership that was supposedly private, and they were out there trying to get us censored. Look at this one email. There's a ton of emails here. It's 247 pages. I can't go through each one. I guess I could, but I think I might lose a few of you. So let's go bring up this first email here. Is it the bottom? So these are all government emails. So this isn't a private entity. This is the government heavily involved in this conspiracy to deprive Americans of their First Amendment rights. And this is a ticket. They're creating tickets for social media companies to act upon and remove content with the help of the government. I'm adding Facebook and recommending they take action on this page. Our understanding, this is a verified page, such as the Hood River County page, or could claim or request deletion of this page, so they wanted the government to try to take it down at the local level. However, we recommend that Facebook take immediate action on this page due to its potential for spreading misinformation about voting processes in Hood River County. So it's not false. It says its potential for spreading misinformation. A message on September 29th, 2020 relates to absentee ballots and fraud in states. If you go to the first part of the press release, it's the first document recited. Analysts at the EIP look for cross-platform spread of this post, including in local media, but it appears contained in Facebook at this point. This issue has been raised with Facebook to see if additional steps can be taken to the platform. Further down or up, the platforms may or may not take action. And they sometimes take action without notifying us. So they're basically tracking, sending this information, using government resources and partners to Facebook to get material censored. And they're nervous that they mistracked it. And then later, or I should say, there's another set of documents related to Twitter, and this is interesting. Let's bring that Twitter set up with Scully. So this is back before Twitter was bought by Elon Musk. Government official, Twitter asked if we could have reports coming through misinfo reports only to be reported to them via CISA. So Twitter was asking that censorship requests only be reported to them through the government, CISA. CISA is the Center for Information, whatever that, now I'm forgetting what it's called. The Censorship Information Specialist Association. I'm just making that up, but CISA was the big government entity that was getting us all censored. I know the EIP, the partnership that they were working with in collusion, is sharing some of the reports with them as well, and they are trying to cut back on duplicates. Any issues with this approach? From a process standpoint, it would look like election official, misinformation report, CISA, EIP others, CISA sends to Twitter, rest of the process the same. So here you have a senior government official in the Department of Homeland Security managing censorship communications with Twitter. I don't know about you, but that's pretty astonishing. It's not surprising given what we've heard already from prior reports on what was going on, but it's still astonishing to see in black and white, as Judicial Watch has uncovered here. There are many more emails like this in the material that we released. Again, it was not voluntarily disclosed. It was disclosed to us as a result of a federal FOIA lawsuit. What else is in there? And I'm hoping when President Trump comes in and his appointees, he demands transparency on this censorship. I'm going to ask him to do that. Well, obviously, there'll be a vehicle to get this done. Kristi Noem is going to be the, assuming she gets confirmed, who knows, right? The head of DHS. She needs to clean house here, get this exposed, everything they've been doing. I mean, all of these folks are Trump people who are being censored, it looks like. These new, previously secret documents show that the deep state worked full-time to censor and monitor Americans in collusion with left-wing interest groups and big tech. The Trump administration should launch a criminal probe into this assault on the First Amendment civil rights of Americans. You hear that? I want Pam Bondi to launch a civil rights criminal investigation into this censorship of Americans. Big tech, big government equals big censorship. That's the story of 2020, and that's the story of the Biden administration. And there's got to be accountability for it. And this is one of many lawsuits and investigations we have going on about censorship by the government. And the problem is, even if Trump comes in, some of this censorship is almost like automatic, and it may continue even under Trump unless the appointees know where to look and stop it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.